Welcome everyone, my name is Brendan Snyder. Thank you for joining me. Today we're going to take a look at the brand new Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Angel Dream. This just came out on Friday, July 2nd of 2021, and it's a reworking of the 1996 album, She's the One, which is having a 25th anniversary this year. But before we dive into what all of that means, if you are new to my channel and you haven't already hit the subscribe button, please click the button. Also leave a comment, hit like, all those things help support my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And of course, as an added bonus, by subscribing, you'll be able to stay up to date on all that's going on in the world of music, just like this, with us taking a look at the brand new Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Angel Dream. So this album here followed on the success of Tom Petty's second solo album, Wildflowers. And with this here, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers reconvened to record a brand new album, but they tried something a bit different. They recorded a soundtrack to a movie. The movie was She's the One, and it starred Jennifer Aniston, Cameron Diaz, and Ed Burns in it. It's actually a really good film. If you've never seen it, I do recommend it. The soundtrack originally released in 1996, and it was the band's 9th studio album at the time. It peaked at number 15 on the Billboard 200 album chart, was certified gold, and they released 3 singles from it: Walls, Circus Version, Climb That Hill, and Change the Locks. Some of the songs were originally recorded as part of the Wildflowers sessions and then used on She's the One when it was decided that Wildflowers would not be released as the original anticipated double album. But in 2020, when they released Wildflowers and All the Rest, which is now the original anticipated double album version of Wildflowers, some of those songs now duplicate across the 2 releases: Hope You Never, Climb That Hill, California, and Hung Up and Overdue. So those 4 songs now duplicate. So for the 25th anniversary of She's the One, which is this year, 2021, it was announced that they would rework the album, which is a pretty cool idea. I think it's, inventive of them to try and do this here. They removed 3 of the duplicating songs: Hope You Never, California, and Hung Up and Overdue. I'm not sure why they chose to keep Climb That Hill on there, except that that was a single, and maybe they just felt that was a selling point or a reason for keeping it on the album. They also removed multiple versions of the songs. The original album had multiple versions of each song, or not each song, but some of the songs that were on there. So they took off Walls, Circus Version, and Angel Dream number 4. There's still versions of those on this new one, Angel Dream, but not those 2. They also removed 2 instrumental tracks that were on there: Hope on Board and Airport. So in all, 7 tracks are removed from this, and they're replaced with 4 new unreleased songs: One of Life's Mysteries, 13 Days, 105 Degrees, and French Disconnection. The other cool thing is the song Supernatural Radio is also now an extended version on here. So a lot of cool little things within this to make this package worthwhile here. And as part of the reworking on here, they also chose to remix and resequence the album itself. So the album now opens with Angel Dream number 2. It's, of course, the title track to this now. And it closes with an instrumental version of that song itself, bookending the album, giving the album an entirely new feel to it as well. The original album opened with much more upbeat song, Walls, Circus Version, and so now with it changed, it's got a far more introspective feel to it, a different flow. Overall, I think it's a far more interesting listen than the original one. The remixed aspect of this gives the instrumentation on it more room to breathe, but it's really the remastering here that accentuates the track clarity, or the track individual elements of it, clarifying those things. So I do think that the album also benefits from being pared down to only 12 tracks. So the original album was 15 songs. It's now, as I said, 12 songs at 45 minutes, whereas the original one was 52. So shaving off of 7 minutes worth of time on this, I also think helps with its flow and consistency. Let's talk a bit about the 4 songs that are new to this package here. Number 6, One of Life's Little Mysteries. This was recorded in 1992. It's got a retro style feel to it, an almost waltzing sort of feel to it. Very different than anything else that's on the album. Track number 8, 13 Days, was recorded in 1993. This one was written by J.J. Cale, and despite being written by an outside writer other than Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, Mike Campbell's guitar playing on this gives it a pure Heartbreakers feel to it, and currently my favorite of the new tracks that are on here. Number 9, 105 Degrees, was recorded in 1993. Another retro sounding song that's on here, but this one here sounds like it was ripped right out of the 1960s, mostly due to Ben Montinch's keyboard playing and the sound of those keyboards on this. And then number 12, French Diseonnection, which was recorded in 1996, and it's an instrumental version of the song Angel Dream, but it's done with enough differences from the opening track on here that it's a good standalone song in and of itself. I think it's a great way to close out the album. As I said, you now bookend the album with those two tracks, and I think it gives this album a whole new feel to it. So let's take a look at it. This is the front cover, which I think is a fantastic image. Definitely far better than the original one, although I know they were trying to promote the movie and that's why it had clips of that, but much better there. Great shot of Tom on the back, and you got your track listing down the side there. And when we open it up here, we get a good shot there of Tom in the recording studio. Booklet in here and CD in here. Pull out the disc. Unfortunately, no sleeve. I know a lot of you guys wish that these would come with sleeves, but there you go. And let's take a quick look at the booklet. So same cover as, the booklet is on the front. Unfortunately, my only complaint here is that there's no write-up of any of that information that I just told you all about regarding this album. It's just lyrics and when the songs were recorded in here. Another great shot there of Tom. I wish they had given you some history about this and made it a bit more, or at least had a deluxe edition of this album here that did some of that sort of stuff. I think it's going to be lost on the average fan who won't search this stuff out the same way that I did putting it all together for you guys. Hopefully with you all watching this, this will make it much more of an interesting listen for you. All right, sort of bottom line on this album here, I think this new version of the 1996 album is a great addition to Tom's overall catalog and body of work. I think it's also an interesting alternate way to hear the album if it had not been a soundtrack, and what it might have been like if it was a standalone album. This sort of what-if scenario that they've done with this album I think is really quite interesting. I hope they continue to do things that are this fun and exciting regarding Tom's catalog on here. I think it would really make Tom proud having things like this done with his catalog. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And if you're still watching or you really enjoyed this video here, please consider sharing it out on social media. Help spread the word both about Tom and about my channel. I would also appreciate that. All right, everyone, take care, have a great day, and I'll talk to you all real soon. Bye, everyone.